محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Let's begin the dua together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. Allahumma 'allimna ma yanfa'una wa zidna 'ilma ya muqallibal qulub thabbit qulubana 'ala dinik. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. كيف حالكم؟ الحمد لله. الحمد لله. Everybody well? MashaAllah, I heard the soul sisters went well last week. Those of you okay? Those of you found these online on Facebook, alhamdulillah. How many of your husbands went on camp last week? Son, raise your hand quickly. Because the true test of whether the husband benefits from the camp, you have to ask the wife for an objective review. Alhamdulillah, we had a good camp. Sorry? So, look at what? Unplug the camera. So, alhamdulillah, we had a good camp. Last week we had about 130 or 140 brothers coming, and much needed time for reflection and for discussion on important issues. We had some first time Torah students also, mashallah, and those of you who haven't been, speak to those who haven't been, inshallah. The next camp will be in March next year. Sufficient time for your visa applications and for your leave applications, inshallah. Okay, Bismillah. So we're coming to the end of the Nahw syllabus for the first year. Okay, let's summarize inshallah. So what do we do on your first day? Do you remember your first day? You weren't here. What did you do on your first day? Do you remember? You don't remember what you did on your first day? You did the 3 types of words in Arabic. You still remember that? And your first month? What did you do in your first month? You did Jen. What Jen stands for? Okay, gender, encasing, number and definiteness. That should be familiar to you. If it's not, then we have a first and next again. No, I'm just joking. After gender, what do we do? Sentence. What is the sentence in Arabic? How many sentences are there? What are they? Jumlatul Ismiyah, Jumlatul Fi'liyah. So which parts of Jumlatul Fi'liyah have? 3, which is what? The fi'l, the verb, and then fa'il, the maf'ul bihi, if it takes a maf'ul bihi. And Jumlatul Ismiyah is what? The mubtada and the... What is the mubtada? The focus of the sentence. And khabar is the news and information about the focus. Here we need 4 murakkabs. Who can remind me of one of them? Mawsul and Sifa. For example, in Mawsul and Sifa, what is the rule of Mawsul and Sifa? The first rule is what? The second word must describe the first word. That's the first rule. The second word must describe the first word. What's the second rule? They must follow in J, except for aliens. Except for the plural of a non-human thing, like pens or books and so on. But after what do you do next? Harful jar and ismul majroor. Give me some of the huruful jar. كذلك على حتى إلى في عن. What is next? Mudaf, mudaf ilayh. What's mudaf, mudaf ilayh about? Light followed by jar. What do you add? The something or something. What's the last one we did? Ismul Ishara and Musharun ilayh. Where do you call it Musharun ilayh? Give me an example of Ismul Ishara first. هذا هذه. وكيف يقول لك كنت الاسم هذا؟ Okay, so just sounds familiar. Then when do you have a Musharun ilayh? When the word after Ism Mushara has what? Al. So هذا البيت is what? This house. And هذا بيت. So basically that's actually the end of Nahw for the first year. There's one more thing I'll do today. That will be the last thing for Nahw for the year. The next week inshallah we have the joy of Sarf. Going back to your scales, inshallah. I want you to do an exercise. I want you to take out a sheet of paper and I want you to make 4 columns. On top of the first column you're going to put the word Raf'un, and then Nasbun, and then Jarbun, and the 4th column you can put the word follower. Okay, and then in the 1st column you can put the word put the word depends. Okay. So with your partner, inshallah, the person next to you, or 2 or 3 people next to you, I want you to put everything you learned so after what you learned so far. You learned fa'il, maf'ul, mubtada, khabar, sifa, masuf, mudaf, mudaf ilayh, harfu jar, ism majroor, and ismul ishara and mushar ilayh. You learned all of those things. I want you to put those things in the right column. They are either always in raf'un, or always in nasbun, or always in jarrun, or they are follower, which means they follow the one before it, or it depends on what their function in the sentence is. Okay, so I want you to identify all of them and put them in the column, inshallah. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Let's take 1 minute. All the names are on the board except for the 2 jumlas, but you should know the names. Fa'il, maf'ul, mubtada, khabar, and the rest at the bottom. How do you put off his previous series? So you mean it's just, when I just came, it didn't work?
No, when you make it full screen, like the PowerPoint like this,
yeah,
then it doesn't work. So if Morena goes out of here and I change the wires back, it works.
I'm not following you. I mean, so
if it's like that,
it
will work normally. But if Morena makes it full screen, then
yeah, but some PowerPoint works on full screen.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Eh?
I don't know why that is so.
Eh?
It's fine all the time.
Just to explain what to do again, you must take the concepts. For example, let's take the first one. How to Jumlatul Fi'liya with you. Jumlatul Fi'liya has what? It has a fa'il and a maf'ulun bihi. Which column will I put the word fa'il in? Raf'un. So under Raf'un you put the word fa'il. Fa'il. Under the column Raf'un. Meaning what? That the fa'il is always in Raf'un. Then which column will I put maf'ulun bihi in? Nasfun. So under the nasf column, you put maf'ulun bihi.
What is it?
There must be a manual solution. There must be a manual solution. Well, that's all we call it. But it's strange. When you make
PowerPoint thing. Huh? Yep. Dan sila kami confused.
Luego le vas a otro, le vas a otro.
Kita boleh nak masuk.
Okay, Bismillah. Let's go through the answers quickly. So we mentioned Jumlatul Fi'liya has which parts? Jumlatul Fi'liya has which parts? 3 parts. Which is the fi'l, the fa'il, the maf'ul bih. So let's get the fi'l for now, and then we get this in for now. So the fa'il, what hal is the fa'il? Can it even be nasb and jar? No, so under the rough count you're going to have fa'il. Okay. What else do you have with Jumlatul Fi'liya? Nasara, Al-Rajulu, Al-Walada. Okay, good. So this is maf'ul parts, Mubtada and Khabar. Can you give me an example of Jumlatul Ismiya? Al-Rajulu, Al-Rajul Tawil, mashallah, well done. Okay. So the Mubtada is in which hal? You see Al-Rajul, Lu. The Mubtada will always be in Raf'un, so let's go under the Raf'un Qalam. Okay, and the Khabar will be where? Khabar will also be there. Will it be so far? Yes. Okay. So that's the time for the Jumlas now. And now we go to the murakkabs. So sifa and mawsuf. Give me an example of sifa and mawsuf. الولد الطويل والرجل الطويل صفة الموصوف. Which one is the موصوف? The word being described. So what حال will the موصوف be? Is the موصوف always in رفع? Always in نصب? Always in جر? Is the موصوف a follower? Okay. So we put it in the column of depends. Okay, put it in the depends column. Depends column means that the mawsuf itself doesn't make a hal. Something else makes the hal for the mawsuf. Okay, so depends just means it itself doesn't have its own hal. Something else will determine its hal. How about the sifa? It's a. What else do we have there? A harfu jar ismu majrur. Harfu jar is which hal? حرف الجر. وإذا سمى حرف الجر. إيه؟ وش حرف الجر؟ Okay, who says jar? Who says rafun? Okay, who says depends? It's safe bet, brothers. Okay. I remind you, in Arabic, a harf doesn't have a hal. Okay. You felt the same joke twice now, right? A harf doesn't have a hal. So why is it called harf jar? Because it makes the next the word jar. Okay, so harf does, we will only deal with isms. Okay, only isms, not the harfs. So what harf jar comes with? Ismul majroor. Which column will be under? Jar. So this ismul majroor will always be in jar. Okay. What's the next one? Mudaf and mudafun ilayh. Like Baytu Rajuli, the house of the man. What hal is the mudaf in? No, not the mudaf ilayh, the mudaf. So when I ask what hal is in, what I mean by that, is the mudaf always in one hal? Like is it always raf, always nasb, is it always jar? No. Does it follow anything? No. So it depends. Depends means it doesn't have a hal of its own. Something else will determine the hal. Or it can even be a not applicable. Okay, because it itself doesn't make a hal. Mudafun or mudaf. How about the mudafun ilayh? Jar. Remember, mudafun ilayh is what? Is light followed by jar. So it will be under jar. Mudafun is the follower? Who is the follower? If the follower must follow something. So it follows the mudaf, it comes after mudaf, but doesn't follow the hal. If I have baytu rajuli, the mudaf will always be in jar. Last one, ismul ishara and musharun ilayh. I think about that one then. Okay, it's a bit of a difficult one because ismul ishara you can't see the hal. I'll come to it now after a while, okay? But how about the musharun ilayh? How about the, are you with me? Are you with me? How about the musharun ilayh? Okay, first of all, let's say we call it musharun ilayh if it has an al. Okay? So hadha al-baytu. So if it has an al and it's musharun ilayh, what is it? Is it always raf, always nasb, always jar? Is it the follower? Is it the... khilaf here, there's no doubt. Some were saying debate, some were saying follow. The right answer is a follow. Remember, it will follow the hal of the hadha. But you can't see the hal of the hadha. Okay, it will follow the hal of the hadha. So that is called musharun ilayh. Next day, inshallah, you'll learn this other name. But for now, it's called musharun ilayh. Okay. So that's all we did in first year. That's what we did in first year. So what do you do in second year? You do 3 more of these because it's 6 in total. So you do 3 more next year. That's the good news. When it comes to this, there's no more to do. Jar, you finish everything. Only 2 jars in Arabic. And there are, here's jar. There's 2 jars in Arabic, you did both of it. And there's 4 followers, you did 2 of it. But the main part you must do is the last things. You must do about 10 of them next year. The easy ones. The easy ones. But this year is the core of Arabic. So in other words, the roughful things you did the core of it now. You do 3 more, there's 6 in total of this. There's about, I think about 11 of these, I'm counting it. There's 2 of these, and there's 4 of these in total. When you finish that, there is no more to learn. And there is more, but you've covered all the categories. There's no more categories to learn. You with me? So you so here you 50%, here you 10%, here you 100%, here you 50%. But what I gave you the first year is the core stuff. The other stuff is just detailed things. That goes. Okay. You all good so far? Yes. One last thing I have to do. In terms of theory for this year in Nahw, is not the week before, you must memorize it. Let's say together. Alladhi, Alladhi, Allati, Alladina, Allati, Allai. Again. Alladhi, Allati, Allati. For that which. If I'm speaking about a person, I'll say he who. If I'm speaking about a pen or a book or something, I'll say that which. Alladhi. Then allati is what? She who and that which. And then alladina, those who, for males or mixed group. And allati and allai, those who, females. You don't have this down, take a photo. You don't have this down, take a photo. No, I've got to add this in the book. That's what next year's book, inshallah. If you're posting one to also, Instagram, Facebook, you can make the Islam Mawsul go viral. Okay. Last thing I have to do. There's not a detailed Islam Mawsul, but all I actually want you to know for this year is the translation. Okay, and we're doing exercise on that now. The last thing I want to do are these things here. All of those words should look familiar. Go to the first one, huwa, huwa, hum, hiya, hunna, anta, antum, anti, antunna, ana, nahnu. What translation? Huwa. Okay, all together. Huwa, he. Okay, how do you huwa, hum, okay, bismillah. Huwa, he, hum, they, hiya, she, hunna, they, anta, you one male, antum, you all, anti, you female, antunna, you all females, ana, I, nahnu, we. Okay. Who can remember what that is called? That's called what? Amir. In English is called what? Pronoun. It's called a pronoun. Next one. Hada. Bismillah. Hada, hadihi, dhalika, tilka, haulai, ulaika. What translation? Hada, this, هذه, this, ذلك, that, تلك, that, هؤلاء, these, أولئك, those. Who can remember what's it called? It's called what? Ismul Ishara. Last one. الذي, التي, الذين, اللاتي, اللائي. What's it called? Ismul Mawsul. The first thing about all of those, they all have something in common. What is that? All three columns have something in common. They have two things in common. They all? Okay. I'll ask the first question. Are they all ism fi'l or harf? Do the first one. Huwa, he, she, they, you, I, the ism. Okay. How about this, that, these, those? Ism. How about the one who, she who, those who? That's all referring to people or things, they're all isms. Okay, so one thing they have in common is they're all isms. In Arabic called asma. They're all isms, asma. What's the other thing they have in common? There's something very different about this than Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Anybody? Let's do with the hal. What about the hal? Okay, so I'll tell you first the rule is that every ism always has a hal. Every ism always has a hal. Some you can see, Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimani, Muslimani, Muslimani and so on. And some you can't see. Which one is this? All of these you can't see the hal. Because huwa is huwa, whether it's not huwa, huwi, you, yeah, you don't get that. You don't get it. It's always fixed. For example, hada is always not hadu, hada, hadi. It's always hada, hada, hada. Same with alladhi, not alladhiyu, alladhiya, alladhi. It's always alladhi. So all of these are what? They're isms. But their hal is, you can't see their hal. Their form is fixed. The way they look is fixed. You agree with me? What I mean fixed? I mean huwa will always be written with a ha and a waw, and will always have a dhamma, and always has a fatha. It's not going to change. It's fixed whether it's raf, nas, jar, doesn't change. It's always fixed like that. So these are examples of isms that are fixed. We have a special term name for them. We call these mabniyun or mabni. Say it together. Mabni again. The word bana in Arabic means to build. So mabniyun means something which is built. Built means doesn't change. It's built like this. Whereas baytun is not mabniyun because baytun can change to what? Baytun, baytan, baytin can change, in can change. Okay, so in Arabic there's two. Okay, the one that can change, just for interest sake, note, is called mu'rab. Mu'rab. Just for interest sake. So a word whose ending can change, like Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Baytun, Baytan, Baytin, Baytani, Baytani, is called mu'rab. And if it can't change, it's called what? It's called what? Mabniyun. Okay, Mabniyun. So 97%, 98% of the words are mu'rab. Every word, qalam, bayt, masjid, rajul, walad, all the words you learn can change except for these few which you learned so far. There is one more category which we'll do some other time inshallah. There's a word that can sort of change. What do you do now? Now give it to now. Bismillah. Just give it to one time. No, future then. Okay. I'm actually make some textbook notes for this stuff. Okay. You all see this Rafun Nasbun Jarmun? Yes. So word that can change, in the simple word Baytun. How would be the Rafun color? What? It would be Baytun. Right? And in the Nas color? It would be Baytan. Add Talis there just for spelling, remember? Baytan. And the Jar color? Baytin. Then you will add the word, for example, huwa. How's huwa in Raf'an? Huwa. Huwa is Raf'an. Nasbun? Huwa. And Jarrun? Huwa. So you can see this one can't change. This one can change. This one can't change. Then there is the one that can semi-change. Semi-change. You can't really change the bit. But like your husband. I'm sorry. We actually not new, no? We're not new, they can be more up. No, just joking. Don't go through it. All human beings are unique and individuals. Not defined by a binary gender approach. But let's get on. Okay. What can change, for example, many of the names of the prophets, for example, like Ibrahim. In Rafun it will be Ibrahim, and Nasbun it will be Ibrahim, Ma. Ma. And in Jarrun Ibrahim Ma. So that was the category of words that can sort of change, but they can't do two things. This category can't do two things. Number one, they can't take a tanween. They can't take a tanween. And number two, they can't take a kasra. Okay, so in other words, when they're Rafun, they can take the dhamma, yes, but not two dhammas, one. In the Nasbun, they can take fatha, yes, but not two fathas, one. In the Jarrun, they can't take kasra, they can't take two kasras, they can take a single fatha. For example, Makkah. Makkah. So often names of places, names of people, they have this semi-fixed way. So what will Makkah be in Rafun? Makkah, two. And Nasbun? Makkah, ta. And Jarrun? Makkah, ta. Okay. So I'll give you the labels for this, and I know I did my job. The labels for this here is, this one here is going to be, remember what's the label for this one? Mu'rab. Mu'rab. What's a mu'rab? One where the hal can change. What's the one the hal can't change? We call it Mabniyun. And what do you call the one that can sort of change? This is called Ghayru Munsarifin. What does Ghayr mean? What does Ghayr mean? Not gone. What's Munsarif from the word Sarf? What does Sarf mean? Sarf means to change. So Munsarif means it's not a changer. Change only a little bit, in other words. Okay, but what is the label? Like you say, you did change, you didn't really change. Musa, similar category, because Musa is also Ghayr Munsarif. Words that add in Taqwa, Musa, Yahya. At the end, they call Musa, you can't put anything at the end there. So things end in the mind as well. Okay. That's all of Nahw first year. Was it difficult or easy? Like, don't you feel like, I always feel like in hindsight it seems easy. Not really. Is that just because I'm teaching for like 8 years? Okay, so does it say, okay, but that's it. So what I'm saying is that when you come to your first year, that's it. It's Gen 2, Jumlas, 4 Murakkabs, and some of this detail. And that's it. In your first year. Like one of our kind of dreams is that every Muslim can just learn the basics. Like you learn to read Fatiha, you learn to read Alif, Bata. Why can't you just learn quickly Fa'il, Maf'ul, and Mubtada, It won't take that long. Like how many lessons do we have now? About 13. And 30 lessons, normally start is about an hour and a half. So say it's about, let's say 40 hours of work. That's 40 hours of work. And you can rather check out some of the school subjects and put something important in its place. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, why can't every person, before they leave school, know the basics of Arabic and be able to read the Quran and understand it? Even not fully, at least partially, so it becomes part of our language. Like the moment you can't go outside and say, you see, that's actually the file of the sentence. It's not part of the general language. You heard me? It's not part of the general discourse. But it's quite easy to make it, it's not actually that difficult. So one of our dreams, inshallah, is that the methodology must be spread to everybody, every school child, every adult. It becomes part of learning. Because you see, as you go on, it really enriches your interaction with the Quran, because now you're actually reading words, not reading sounds. It's like you're activating your brain. Well, this is not obviously a starting point, but I'm saying just get the start in place. It's not so difficult. At Darul Na'im, I think they do the whole Arabic. They do it in 2 years, they do it in 3 months. So it takes a child or a learner 3 months. That's 5 hours a day times 4 days a week. They do the whole Arabic syllabus that we do in 2 years, they do it in 3 months. So it's 3 months of time for you to get the Arabic syllabus. It's not a lot of investment. In the context of your whole life and the context of the benefit of understanding the Quran, it's a small investment. I'm going to go you for making your investment. You must keep going, inshallah. Now to some work. Which was the last exercise we gave you? What did we lost? Only 9.1 homework. Only. Did I only give 9.1? We finished 8.2, 9.1 also homework. And to complete 8.2. Okay, I'm going to go answers now. I'm going to give you work now, inshallah. So now, I'm going to start now. 10 o'clock. Okay. I'll give you like 5 minutes to start on 9.2. Because the whole 9.2 is homework, okay? The whole 9.2 is for homework. So I'll give you a few minutes to start on 9.2, inshallah.